All right. So today, this is our vocabulary preview for Chapter 4, where we learn about rates and ratios. So here's the vocabulary for Chapter 4. First one is denominator, and we've been hearing a lot with denominator in Chapter 2 and 3. Denominator is the bottom part of the fraction, and it tells how many parts are in the whole. So this would be like always between 0 and 1, right? Unless the top number is bigger, and then it's an improper fraction. But this is how many pieces you cut one whole into. So fourths is like $1. You're cutting it into quarters. All right, so equivalent ratios are ratios that are equal, just like equivalent fractions are equal. When you multiply the numerator or the denominator by the same thing or divide by the same thing, you will have an equivalent ratio. And ratios are the name of the same comparison. So here, if we had boxes to cards, if we have one box of cards, you have 6 cards in that box. If you have 2 boxes, you multiply the top and bottom by 2, you'll have 12. And then if we multiply by 3, it'll be 3 and 18. So these are our list of multiples going up. For you have more cards, the more boxes you have. So those are equivalent ratios. The numerator of a fraction is the top number, tells how many pieces you actually have. So how many parts are being considered? That is your numerator. A rate. Rate is a ratio that compares two quantities having different units of measure. So for an example, an airplane climbs 18,000 feet in 12 minutes. The rate of the climb is 18,000 feet to 12 minutes. And this can be written as a fraction or with 2 ratio dots in the middle, colon. Called a colon, those 2 dots. All right, ratio. A ratio is a comparison of 2 numbers, A and B, that can be written as a fraction, A over B. The ratio of blue squares to red squares is 5 to 1, 5 over 1, or 5:1. A unit rate. This is where you always have a 1 on the bottom because you're finding out how much for 1 unit. A rate expressed so that the second term in the ratio is 1 unit. For example, $9 per hour. That's 1 hour. That's a unit rate. Or miles per hour. If you're driving a car, the per hour part makes it a unit rate. 1 hour. Okay, then you have your X and your Y coordinate. So your X coordinate is the number, this is your X axis here. Your X coordinate tells you how far to the right or to the left you're going to go. It's the first number in the ordered pair. It's your first number, not the second one, the first one. And that tells you how far over to go. The Y coordinate is the second number in that ordered pair, and that tells you how far up or down to go on the Y-axis. This is your Y-axis. And we'll be learning more about that this unit 2. All right, that is the vocabulary for Chapter 4.